Oh, hey Internet, what is up? Welcome back to the TypeQQ channel. We are going to take a look at another demo, fresh off the interwebs, called Terra Feminarum. A sort of Toho-like game, I suppose. Although, I guess some people could say many of these games are like Toho games, but I think that's needlessly dismissive and kind of short-sighted as well. But yeah, the demo. If you're interested, let me adjust the volume here for a sec. I'll have the link below in the description of where to check it out if you want to check it out for yourself. If this looks interesting. Otherwise, sit back and we'll check it out all together. It's the demo right now showcases the first level with 3 different characters, so that's pretty interesting. And as at first glance, as you can tell, there's a lot of bullets, a lot of enemies, and more of a widescreen format. You know I have friends who are, marginally interested in these type of games, but are always wondered why the sort of vertical letterbox format is so prevalent. And I suppose this is a game made for them that utilizes all the screen, but you can kind of tell, although the screen is completely full, like I'm not utilizing the whole screen. So you can kind of tell what type of games I'm used to, compared to the stuff that they're interested in. I wouldn't even say that they're used to. But anyway, with a mid-level boss. But yeah, this game certainly has some promise. It's got a lot of folklore to it. Yeah, and maybe something we'll cover a little bit on. These are just going to be the normal run difficulties. We'll capture more and speak more of all the different stuff as we kind of delve deeper into this demo. But as you can see, we actually start off with quite a lot of firepower. The gauge on the bottom is our sort of special gauge, so as we're collecting those blue cubes, if it's at least half full, we can kind of do a sort of defensive barrier to kind of, just like that, well, not like that, I'll explain what that was, to kind of transform all the bullets that are coming towards us into like extra points. However, we can also hold it when it's at full max to go into super mode, which has that ability to also send out a protective aura if you're like harmed during that mode. Alright, on to the next phase. But you can tell as well, oh, there's the sort of flash barrier. You can kind of tell there's a sort of regular fire, a focus fire, and then we can use our sort of bomb, as it were, multiple different ways as she explodes into nothingness. And with a sort of roguelike type of feature, we can kind of pick up a different sort of option or a different upgrade for each level. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, although, some of this looks actually interesting, it's only just for this level, but it does kind of showcase, what the game has in store when you're looking to 1cc the game or defeat the game or just kind of clear the game on your own. And although none of these choices particularly matter, our style would be to probably pick up that extra life. So cool, there's one character down. As we defeat this sort of well-endowed forest boss, I suppose. And it looks like you can kind of clear all kinds of different challenges in particular levels, other than just to defeat him, so. Moving on to Talviki, I suppose her name is. Yeah, not much else. Yeah, so I guess we're going to just stick to just going through the normals. You can tell immediately with this character she's got a sort of wider spread shot, so although her damage output right in front of her, unless you're focusing of course, is probably going to be a little less than our previous character, we're going to be able to kind of kill off all that periphery. Some of the enemies that are sort of, easy to kill on a sort of on the wider parts of the screen before they start firing bullets at us. And of course, it looks like the pickups are worth more the higher you are in the screen. There might actually be a sort of like vacuum feature or an auto pickup as well. Oh, as we run into something like an absolute moron. We're going to try to keep that to a minimum at least. Jesus. And you can tell when you have the focus fire on, it does show you a hitbox. So if you need to kind of maneuver into tight spaces, there's always that. Jesus Christ, here we go. You know, we got we have a disaster run in the making right now. With just the first level, I suppose. I'll see if we can make it through this level without too much humiliation, really. And you can tell by the stars on her. There's our defensive move there. On her health gauge, she does have 3 forms, which is pretty handy. Yeah, or 4 for that matter. Rather, as you can see that once we defeated one of the stars that are in the middle of that gauge, another one takes its place. So. Pretty elegant design, I think, instead of just Jesus Christ. Elegant design mixed with absolute trash dodging, I guess. Final life, we do have our super gauge, so we can either use that to kind of flash some bullets off the screen, or we can kind of see if we can chunk down this last bit. And we're gonna try to choose to chunk her down. Chunk her down. And luckily that move has that sort of built-in feature as well. Otherwise we would be dead. Luckily, she's dead instead. So, you know, by the graces of God himself, we were able to make it through that level without utter annihilation and sadness. Yeah, if you destroy the boss spell with your special weapon, we're probably close to doing that, but all the same, on to the third and final character here. Yeah, it's all locked. Alright. And here we are. This is what I'm talking about right here. Now, granted, a ton of damage with some really fast bullets that head straight for you, as well as that sort of giant death laser. However, it's just directly towards us. So as this would be a really great character, and probably one I'd still main with, to be honest, you know, this sort of widescreen format is going to work against us. More enemies from wider stances with bullets coming from, you know, wider distances, you know, so we'll have to play it a little more cautiously to see if this is really who we really want to play moving forward when the game releases. And that might be kind of indicative of something, maybe just how bad we are, but as we eat a bullet right to the face, we certainly hope that doesn't happen too often. But also, it's kind of interesting to know that, you know, unless there's different pickups for each level, you know, we could get a free man at the end of each level. So something like a 1cc could certainly be in our wheelhouse if we're absolutely just kind of hungry for another completionist type of adventure of sorts. All right. Lempo is her name, the character we're using. Alright. Another defensive sort of blast there. And Jesus Christ. Amateur hour here. With an absolute miserable sort of play of kind of rushing the boss, and then she spills a ton of bullets on us. Alright, there we go. There's our super move there. Picking up all kinds of sort of that bullet cancel as well. And there's that. And of course, although we probably should have picked different items, but all the same. Alright, that should clear this one. If not the video for this for the time being. Alright guys, that's been Terra Feminarum. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. We'll come back and we'll try out the other difficulties in the future.